Framber Valdez, I wonder if a contract is going to get done. Chandler Rome tweeted out that it never really got close before the season started with Framber. Also, Kyle Tucker, who's really turning it on right now. His value just skyrocketing, just like Framber's is. They never really got close before the season to a contract extension. So what do we think? They can't possibly let both these guys walk. And if they don't, who do you think they prioritize?
Whew. There's more variability, generally speaking, in terms of health and long-term prognosis with starting pitching. They're both in the heart of what should be the primes of their career. Framber, though, as a late starter, a couple of years older than Kyle Tucker. It's going to be interesting to see how Jim Crane prioritizes and where he's willing to go. The land has shifted. Now, I think the 10, 11, 12-year contracts, most of them are going to turn out to be stupid. The Phillies already with Trey Turner must be thinking, oh, my goodness. After an awesome start with San Diego, Xander Bogaerts has been the last couple of months. And where are the Padres in the standings? The Astros have Bregman and Altuve off the books after 2024 in terms of their contracts. Right? We'll see what they extend there. The Astros are $17 million or so below the first collective bargaining tax threshold. And the Astros, my understanding, this year, the Astros may be third in all of Major League Baseball in revenues. You clean up after you win a World Series. The Yankees, the Dodgers, the end. The only two teams taking in more money. So the Astros are insanely profitable. Their payroll checks in right now at about 12 or 13. Now, no one should be taking this and say, well, Jim Crane's being a cheapskate. They're very much in the picture, and they've carried multiple top 10, top 5 payrolls in recent years. But they did cut back relative to their peers, notably this year, which should give them good financial flexibility, not just for this season and going forward. So Kyle Tucker, I get not wanting to have gone 10 years on him or basically anybody else. But if you believe in a 26-year-old stud, an 8-year contract that would have taken him only through his age 33 season, to categorically reject that seems very short-sighted. Framber, again, a little bit older. And a reminder, they're both under control for 2 more years, so we're not in an emergency situation from an Astros fan's perspective. But it feels a little bit like Framber and Kyle Tucker are each driving a taxi. Anyone remember what those were before Uber and Lyft? And they're on a cross-country trip, and the meter is going and going and going, and the price is getting higher and higher and higher. And where is Jim Crane going to exit?
And that's what, to me, I'll just speak for if I was Jim Crane. They seem to value pitching the most, especially when they talked about how the bullpen won them the World Series last year. They've paid up for Justin Verlander, even though they got him on a bit of a discount because of the injuries. But they've paid up for that before. And with Christian Javier showing you that, maybe he's not a lock to be your number 2 starter moving forward, I wonder if that puts even more pressure on making sure Framber stays an Astro.
And, if it rides out, that Jim Crane just decides it's not smart business, I'm not doing it, we'll reevaluate where we are back half of 2025. Well, over the next couple of seasons, does Spencer Arrighetti arrive on the scene as a real plus starting pitcher? Plenty of guys after one Tommy John have been just fine. Wither Luis Garcia, who's under Astros control for another 3 years. What other talent acquisitions may occur? But in the case of Kyle Tucker, and, you don't know if there are any hard feelings or if Kyle Tucker feels like they were kind of really screwing him over in negotiations. But if you went to Kyle Tucker right now, 7 years, $175 million, $25 million per year. Does he scoff at that? That's still taking him through only the age 33 season. So you're not on the hook with a guy who's 37, 38, 39 years old, the real stupid loss leader type deals. But I just don't think there's any chance of there being any movement at all on either of those guys until next year.
All right. Well, that is it for this episode of Stone Cold Stros. We'd like to thank you for watching. Please check us out on YouTube. I want to thank Charlie Palillo. You can follow him on Twitter at Palillo. And please follow our sister station when you're listening to Sports Talk. Listen to ESPN 97.5 and 92.5. Go Stros.